Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Beabosscoaching podcast. My name is Beatriz. I am an entrepreneur and business coach, founder of Beabosscoaching. I know I'm just checking to make sure that my mic is on because I recorded a whole episode and the mic was not on, y'all. So, that's just one of those things that I guess happens. But anyway, let's keep it going. Hi, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about how to leverage your 9-to-5, your day job, to build entrepreneurship skills. All right? Let's do it all over again. But yeah, I want to talk about this because something that happens when you're at a 9-to-5 and then you're building a business on the side or a side hustle, or you're thinking about building a business, or maybe you're like me where you had a 9-to-5 and then you quit your job and went into full-time entrepreneurship and you forgot everything that you learned. You forgot you had skills and you realize that it's a completely different mindset, even though it is. I would agree that the mindset that you have at your 9-to-5 is different from the mindset that you have as a full-time entrepreneur. But there are ways that you can leverage your 9-to-5 to make sure that you're building the skills that you need to continue your business, to start your business and to grow it while you're still at your day job, or even when you are ready, if and when you ever decide to go into your entrepreneurship journey full time. Whatever your decision is, I think these will be really helpful. But even if you are one of those people that love their job and see being at your 9-to-5 while also building your business as that is like the goal, and you don't see that in the future where you're picking one or the other, that's okay too. It's always good to understand the ways that the skills that you have at your 9-to-5 and how you can bring them over to your journey, to your business journey. So let's start. Number 1 is understand your role, right? Like, know how your role can really help you within your business. So think about all your job responsibilities. Do you currently manage people, or do you currently work for yourself, or maybe you have your own projects, or maybe you have your own work that you do on your own? One of the things that when I was prior to being full-time in my entrepreneurship journey is I had a job where I was a social worker, case manager, but I was responsible for my own caseload, working with my own patients, enrolling my own patients, keeping track of them, keeping track of their paperwork, their notes, and staying compliant with the Department of Health and the hospital's policies. All of that was my responsibility. And when I then got promoted to administrative manager role, in that role, my skills now encompassed leading a team of people. So I wasn't just managing my own personal responsibilities, but managing other people and their responsibilities. And that really helped me in my entrepreneurship journey because it allowed me to figure out the ways in which I talked to people and how I built relationships and collaborated and led people. And that is what I do now in my business. I collaborate, I partner, and I work with other people to create visibility. I do lives, or maybe we do a podcast, right? Those are all ways that I collaborate with people that when I was at my job, that was one of the first roles that allowed me to think about the ways that I manage people and allowed me to pay attention around how I communicate with other people in my organization. So I was able to bring that into my entrepreneurship journey. I would say I feel like in this journey as a business owner, working with people, trying to, for example, even with this podcast, when I interview people, reaching out to them and building relationships, that is a skill. That's a skill in itself. And when I think about ways that I collaborate or ask for advice from people or ways that we can partner, those are all ways that I communicate that brings me back to my role as a manager. And if I were to go back to that role now, I would feel so much more confident. I would feel so much more confident. So how can you use your current role now to kind of do the reverse, where you're intentionally thinking about that skill of how you communicate and how you talk with people, and then bring that to your journey so that when you are building relationships and building connections, maybe talking to potential clients or customers or doing market research, partnering, collaborating, when you're doing all of those things for your business, how do you use the skills of communication to build rapport? So that is something to think about. I think about it now because I've done it so much within my business that I think about going back to my job and thinking how much more confident I would feel in that role. I would feel so much more confident. So I want you to do that same thing. I want you to feel that same thing. But if you have a 9-to-5 right now, do the reverse. How can you use the current environment to make sure that you learn the skills, gain confidence in those communication and in the skill of communicating, to use that into your entrepreneurship journey so that you can begin to build those relationships and then build that rapport so you can gain the visibility, get new clients, all of that good stuff. All right. So think about your role and do that. All right. Number 2 is think of ways that you can step into a leadership role. So, like I said before, I used to be a case manager, and a lot of the things that I was responsible for were my own work, my own patients. Then I got promoted, and in that new role as an administrative manager, I was learning how to manage people. But then I realized that I was comfortable really just taking initiative within my scope and within my team. And I think it was because I'm a shy person. I felt really intimidated by other people and talking to other people across departments. But if I would have put myself in positions where I was leading a project or leading an initiative, that is the way that I would have built a skill around problem solving, around project management, around developing leadership skills. And those are all things that are really important for entrepreneurship, because in entrepreneurship, you are the leader of your business. You are the only one making decisions for your business. You're the only one that makes decisions about where to focus, what projects to focus on, what initiatives to focus on, what strategies to use. All of those things are going to be a question that you're going to need to answer, and step into that leader of making those decisions, of managing those initiatives. So if you don't do that now, make sure that you think about how you can do that right now. How can you take initiative and ask for projects? Maybe bring new solutions to specific challenges that you see within your organization and talk to your supervisor. And I hope I know that not everybody has supportive supervisors. I was very, very lucky to have just one amazing, just all of my supervisors really where I used to work were incredible. And so that was amazing. So if you have amazing supervisors, take advantage of that. Go and ask for roles or projects or opportunities where you can step into that leader. Number 3 is, this goes back kind of to the first point of networking, but build the skill of building relationships, not just with your team or with your direct supervisor, but across the board, across your organization, across departments. Build the skill of building those relationships, of nurturing those relationships, of really getting to know other people outside of your team so that you can bring that into your journey when you begin to think about the different people that you can partner with. Use the skills to network. And if you're shy like me, you gotta step out of that comfort zone. You have to think of ways where you can meet other people from other departments. And when you meet other people from other departments, you have no idea how valuable it is when you begin to build relationships outside of that, because that is when a big organization has just so many people working within it, all these silos are created, and it makes it harder for you to reach your goals, right? To reach KPIs or to really hit the metrics that you're trying to hit. But when you have other relationships that can help you, give you insight or give you information that could be valuable to you and your team and your department, you then become a leader in other people's minds when you start building relationships outside of your own department. So network, build that muscle now. Go to your organizational events, or if your organization is large enough, perhaps even ask if you can shadow other departments or shadow other people in your organization so you can learn what they do. And that's how you can begin to learn more about the intricacies and the ways that everything is connected with your organization, so that you can bring that again into your entrepreneurship journey and begin to see the connections for you and your business and the way it connects to the market, to other audiences, to other competitors. So, network. I did talk a little bit about mentorship and gaining that support. So like I said, I had amazing supervisors. But one thing that I did do on top of that, and this only lasted for a little bit, I wish I would have thought about this much earlier. I actually asked to receive some coaching at my work, and I was connected to my departments or my organization's personal development department, and I got connected with someone who was a coach in their previous career, and I worked with them for a little bit, not too much. But if you have that resource at your organization, see how you can take advantage of that. So seek mentorship. Find a mentor within your company that has business or entrepreneurial experience. Learn about the ways in which they became a leader, how they stepped into their leadership role, how they became comfortable leading other people, how they became comfortable learning how to problem solve and make decisions. These are all relationships and people that you can learn from. And again, if your organization allows for that, then definitely seek those opportunities and ask. You never know what you can receive by simply asking. So I hope you have that supportive environment. But if you don't, if that is not available or something that would be possible for you in your current role or organization, then seek it outside of that. Try to see build that muscle now outside of that role. How can you talk to people? Where can you find people that are building businesses or are in leadership positions where you can ask questions and start receiving the mentorship? Okay. This is something that I had trouble with, is managing my time. So one thing that I remember feeling when I was working with my job and trying to build my business is that I often felt really guilty about taking time during my day job to do anything related to my business. I would feel so guilty. So sometimes I wouldn't. I would just do, I don't know, like even if there was downtime, I would do something not for my business and something that is like related to my job, but it's not really helpful. But I would say, honestly, don't feel guilty about it. If you have downtime to work on your business while you're at your day job, go ahead and do it. Especially if you work from home, go ahead and do it. Don't feel guilty about it. And as long as you're still doing your responsibilities for your job and you're still getting those things done and turning in whatever you need to turn in and reporting whatever you need to report, as long as you're still doing that, you're okay, right? Like one thing is to work on your business and then your performance at work goes down. Like that's different. But if you do have that opportunity, don't feel guilty about it, because then you realize like you're not an endless well of energy. I am not an endless well of energy, not one bit. And it would be such a drag for me to go to work and then clock out and then think about, okay, now I need to think about my content for the next week. Or now I need to do a live, or now I need to do X, Y, and Z for my business, and have no energy because maybe I just spent all day in meetings and talking to people and working on a report and my brain was fried. So be mindful of your time, be mindful of your energy, know how you need to restore, and be patient. Because even if you start to feel like your job is holding you back, that is a feeling that I had, and mainly one of the reasons why I think I quit my job was that I didn't give myself enough time to restore, and because I was impatient. So take your time. You're lucky that you still have your job so that you can fund your business, so that you can learn and take your time learning, take your time getting comfortable, take your time doing things in your day job that you can bring into your entrepreneurial journey when you begin to scale and when you begin to ramp up your business activities. And then last but not least, build resilience. Okay. You're going to face challenges within your business. You're the one accountable to it. You're the one to make decisions for it. You're the one to decide on the strategies and what you're going to do. So not everything is going to be super easy and the money's going to be coming in. No, you will have months even probably where you see nothing come in. So build that resilience. Use your day job as an opportunity to come back from failure or come back from obstacles or challenges. So that's why I say put yourself in leadership positions, because even if you mess up and you mess up a project or mess up an initiative, like you learn from that. And it's better to learn from that in an environment where it's low risk than within your business, to be honest. I mean, you still will learn within your business, but it's much nicer to have learned that lesson in an environment where, like I said, it's low risk. So if you have the support systems in place to put yourself in a leadership position, and ask questions and then learn from it, do it. And then do it within your business. Put yourself in those leadership positions in your roles, because you will have to, and it will be uncomfortable. But the more you do it within your role now, the easier it will be for you when you build your business. Okay, that was all, y'all. And it sucks because my other podcast, I think it was much better. Yeah. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I encourage you to reach out to me if you're building a business and you have your day job. There are days that it will be difficult figuring out what does it look like for you to balance and navigate not just your day job, not just your business, but also then your personal life, right? And you still want to have fun. You still want to go out with friends and build relationships. So those are the ways that I would think about it. How are you balancing and navigating all those 3 lanes of your life? Your personal, your business, and your day job. How are you navigating that? And think about it, reflect on it, and take your time. Be patient, be resilient. And if you need help, I am here for you. Come on over to Beabosscoaching.com, book a complimentary call, and I'd be happy to help you in this journey. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you all next week, and enjoy your day. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Be a Boss Coaching podcast. Remember to come on over to the Beabosscoaching.com and book your free discovery call, where you can learn more about coaching with me, what it takes to start a business and grow the skills while growing your business at the same time. I'm excited to learn more from you. Remember to sign up to our newsletter and come back every Monday and Friday for new episodes.